More than a year ago, the Biden administration spearheaded what many consider to be a disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. Lives lost, as you know, 13 in fact. However, heroes far and wide stepped up to rescue Americans and others who remained in the war-torn nation, including our next guest. He's a retired MMA champion who was recently honored by Congress for saving 17,000 lives from Afghanistan, reported from the Washington Examiner. Chad Robichaux joining us live, combat vet and founder of the Mighty Oaks Foundation. Chad, always good to see you. Thank you for taking the time today. Hard to believe this conversation still happens about Afghanistan. What a major thing that you have done, launching one of the largest known private civilian evacuation efforts, saving essentially 17,000 lives. Talk about this with me, Chad. And I've known you for a bit here, but you've always had a heart for people and for this country. But talk to me about looking back on this moment and saving almost 20,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, it started selfishly for me. The effort started with the desire to save my interpreter. I did 8 deployments to Afghanistan as part of Special Operations Task Force. I had the same interpreter for all 8 deployments, Aziz. Aziz was my friend, and he saved my life multiple times. And to fathom him, his wife, and 6 kids being left there, it was not something that I could do. So we put a team together to go get Aziz and his wife and family. And one of our team members, it was 12 of us. One of our team members said, "Hey, let's look who we have in the room. We have people that are capable of do this and have a passion to do the right thing when our government won't. Let's get as many people as we can." And that was the result. Was ultimately 17,000 people. And I want to say I keep getting a lot of accolades for this, but the truth is, it was so many amazing people that came together. Other nonprofits besides my own came together to just do the right thing when the governments of the world wouldn't. As a person of faith, I think the whole thing was completely miraculous the way it came together. And ultimately, I got my friend Aziz, who you see in there, home here in Texas with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, and they're loving Texas. And we got 17,000 others, but there's so many left behind, and that's why this story can't go away. There's many people that would want this story just to go away. But it's very important that Americans and people around the world know the truth about what happened there. The story of rescuing 17,000 people is a great one, but the more important story is that we can never allow something like this to happen again, and that there are tens of thousands of people that we have still left behind that are still in Afghanistan dealing with the Taliban, and their lives at risk.
You bring up Aziz, so Jeanette, if you can give me the book full screen. Chad, you have a new book coming out about saving Aziz. Tell me about essentially talking about this. This is so interesting. So these TV segments go by so quickly, but really in maybe 15 seconds, what's inside these book covers?
The book is it's a chronological series of events from when I met Aziz, our time in Afghanistan together during those 8 deployments, how incredible a human being he is, and as example as others, and ultimately everything with the evacuation, with the choice the White House made, in the efforts on the ground by the DOD, the State Department, and NGOs like ourselves, like Mighty Oaks Foundation, Save Our Allies, to rescue these people. So it's an unbiased truth about what happened.
Chad Robichaux, you can grab that book there. It's an amazing journey that you had to go through and behind enemy lines, essentially trying to save so many of those that were left behind there in that botched withdrawal from Afghanistan. Chad Robichaux, thank you, sir. We appreciate your time, and thank you so much for your service.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.